Good morning, guys. Welcome to FYI. For your information, I am Direct Finance joining you this morning, guys. It is a beautiful morning. It is none other than Wednesday, middle of the week. You know what we say about Wednesday? Some people refer to it as hump day Wednesday, just being in the middle of the week. When we get to that point, it's done after everybody starts. Your energy starts to seem to be depleting way faster on Wednesday and all of that. So, guys, share the stream. We have a lot to discuss with you today. I am so grateful to have so many of you online waiting on us since like 7:30. Guys, what are you doing? Come on. 7:30. I'm checking in and the person's already in the comment section. So what is going on here? But it's such a lovely time to be with you. And I love to spend this time. I see Dave Durrell is here very early this morning. Hey, Dave, what's going on at your end? Let me know. Share the live stream. I see it's Chevon McDonald. Hey, Chevon, what's going on at your end? I hope all is well. I'm seeing that you are up and about, saying, well, Chevon, guys, joins us from New Jersey. Chevon is always in the house, making sure that she gets credible information. And I see Iyaba Natasha Congreve is here already. I see Natasha saying good afternoon from England. So, guys, everyone joining from England, good afternoon to all of you folks joining from there. And share, Ayaba, she doesn't play. She shared that stream very early. So if you've shared that stream already, you know what you have to do. Marlon Thomas, hey Marlon, good morning to you. How are you doing? Let me know there in the comment section how you've been. I see Alana Tang is joining us from where, region number 1, PK, Port Kaituma. Alana Tang says, good morning, beautiful. Right, you see. These people come through in the morning, like Alana Tang and so forth, making you feel all special and all of that. Man, Marlon, don't ask me those questions. You know what's up. Pretty soon, don't worry. Hey, guys, make sure you do your part. Share the stream. This is going to be, listen, the energy that you had on Monday, let's keep that energy going today. Come on. You had that energy Monday. It was there yesterday. Let's keep that energy going today. It's Wednesday, it's middle of the week, but let's keep the energy up. Let's keep the shares up. Let's keep the emojis up. Let's keep the comments coming. We have to make sure that everyone gets the opportunity to view this program. We have to make sure that everyone gets a chance to obtain credible information. I see you there. Aubrey Lennox says, good morning, FYI family. And it said, Mimi Hendricks in the house early this morning says, good morning, to have an awesome day watching from Parfit. All the folks joining us from Parfit. I went into Parfit. The first time I went to the Parfit, crazy story. First time ever I went to the Parfit was in the night. I was going by one of my friends and I went in by the night. And I can tell you, I cannot find back where I was that day. Parfit is a different place altogether. If you don't frequent the area, you can get lost there. I see Clifton Smith is saying, hi, Sister J, looking great. God's richest blessings to you. Oh, thank you so much, Clifton. Thank you so much. And God's richest blessings to you too. And all of you folks joining us this morning. I see Claire DeYoung. Hey, Claire, good morning to you. What's going on at your end? Let me know where you're joining from. I'm hoping to see a new area just in the comment section this morning. I'm hoping to see someone joining us from somewhere that has never, ever been recorded here as yet. Right? Let me put it over like that. Rachel Wolfer says, good morning to you. Wonderful people. Rachel, good morning. And I see Onyx Duncan is coming through. Onyx, I want to know if you and Sherry Duncan related. Y'all got to talk to me about this. Onyx says, good morning, comrade Doretta, like Sherry Duncan gone into heights. No, listen, don't get there. Sherry Duncan is working. Hey, Sharon Alfonso, how are you doing this morning? And Claudette Bovel, how are you doing? How are you guys doing? Sybil James, hey Sybil, says God's richest blessings to you all watching from South Turkine, Greater Georgetown. Turkine, Greater Georgetown, that's where the University of Guyana is. Aubrey Ward, Aubrey, I hope all is well at your end, and June Cameron also. So we there outside. I don't know which outside. Gloria Fraser, good morning to you, Gloria. I hope you're having a great morning. And Donna Fresco, hey Donna, how are you doing? Guys, let me know where you're joining us from right now. I see some folks coming through. All of you want to know where you're joining from. Joining from Grove, East Bank is Joe Max Hardy joining us from Grove on the East Bank. They're so lovely of you to join us this morning. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Tabitha and Brian here to be what's going on with your end. So Clifton is saying Sherry's in the kitchen making coffee. He better be. Good morning to you, Marie Campbell. Marie says good morning everyone. Marie sending a lot of good vibes there with those emojis. Joy A. Hopkinson, good morning to you. Like I'm saying, let me know what is going on, where you're joining from. I want to know where you're joining from, each and every one of you. Come on, let's have the comment section lighten up this morning with your location. So excited for your efforts. Oh, yes, Joe, thank you so much. You know, our effort would not be anything if you guys don't make the time to actually join us, listen, to actually have the program go as it is every single morning, back and forth, comments, responses, all of those things. This is what it is. This is the FYI family. I see Tessa Waterman is in London in the house. Good morning to you. And Sean Archer says joining from Berbice. All the folks that's joining from Berbice, let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on in Berbice. Savage Rizal, hey, good morning to you, Savage. What's going on at your end? Claudette Lewis is saying London is my location. You know, the folks coming in from London, giving the US a run for the money. I'm just saying. Alana Tang says, Director, we ready for them Jagabats at the local government election. Yeah, I know a lot of people ready for them, but let me tell you, without a clean list, I don't even think we should be going to a local government election. I see Marlon Thomas joining us this morning. Marlon joining us from Queens this morning. Queens in the house. And I see it's Ingrid King. Ingrid King, hey Ingrid, what's going on with you? Sean Carter. I'm seeing Sean Carter saying, I missed a comment. Emily Durant. Emily is joining us from quarantine. Oh, wonderful to have you here in the house with us this morning. And I see Magnell Barrow joining us from the USA. The US coming through finally. Riri Mingo Garwood is saying good morning to Joretta. I'm seeing you there, Riri. Lovely of you to be here. Riri, you always early. I have to commend you. I see Nonpareil is from on the East Coast there. Carol Roberts joining us there from Nonpareil. Lovely of you to join us this morning. Watching from Lamaha Park, I see folks there also. And Sean Archer saying the weather is kind of cool. Well, that's good. I like the cool weather. I don't like the heat. And I see, I think I just missed someone that's joining us from Seattle, if I got that right. Hopefully I did. And we see the Trinidad folks coming through. I see 1-2 persons joining us from Trinidad this morning. Is it Easton Slow and the other being Sharon? I hope so. I hope I got that right. Hey Candy, Nalini in the Jeep. Candy, let me see how long you take to get here. Almost 10 minutes. Listen, we got to talk to you about this. I see you, Afia Cummings. Good morning to you. What is going on? Let me know. Share the stream. It's Wednesday, but we have to keep it up. We have to keep the energy high. I know it's Wednesday. I know you're at the middle of the week. I know you have so many things you plan to do since Monday that you're now planning to start today and all of those things. But let us keep the energy up. We have to keep going. I see you there. Is it Leonardo Ramsami? Looking gorgeous as always. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, we got to do what we can. I am seeing you there, Candy Nalini in the sheet says, ready, you are looking dashing. Yeah, I'm going to read dashing and fabulous. I'm going to read these comments out loud. Don't mind me. I see Kamal Prasad is joining us this morning, all the way from region number 7. You know, the most beautiful tongue, Bartica. For those of you who've never been there, you are missing a significant part of your life. Bartica is the most beautiful tongue you will ever see in this country. I see Gladstone Matthew is joining us this morning. Kamal, what's going on? You know, I'm gonna be heading up to Bartica the next 2 days again, but I want to know what is going on there with the boat fair, Kamal. I know that Maritime is saying that they're not. Persons are not supposed to be charging more than 2,500 per passenger. But then I know the boat owners are saying that they don't know anything about that. So let me know, Kamal. I know you went up. You just went up a few days ago. Let me know how much you paid to go up to Bartica there in the comment section, because apparently you got to write it to Maritime yourself. Hey there, I see Carpenter Boy. truth teller is in the house this morning. I see Carpenter Boy said our energy up. Okay, I'm glad. Our energy needs to be up. We need to make sure that we have the good vibes. At least we start the morning off like that, because you know the nonsense that we have to face throughout the day. Before this day, it's true. Oh my goodness. You're gonna have so many things that you could not even imagine to be on your plate at the end of the day. And Jane Ogle, hey Jane Ogle, I see you there. And Jane is saying condolences goes out to MP Nima Flew Best on the passing of her beloved mom. That's correct. You know, we have to join in saying our sincere condolences to the FYI family to the MP Nima Flew Best. I know that this is a very tough time for her, you know, the passing of her mom. And she's holding it together. You know, we spoke to her just yesterday, you know, and she's holding it together. Nima is a very, very strong person, and she has been doing an extremely excellent job as an MP, being there on the ground and all of that. And I know that this is a sad time for her and her family, and we extend our condolences publicly as we are supporting her privately as well. Good morning to you, Rohan. Hey, Candace. I see Candace Narayan is joining us also. Candace, you now come through. You're late. Vashti Magnot. Hey, Vashti. Yeah, we're gonna let Nima know that all of you guys are sending your condolences to MP Nima Flew Best on the passing of her mom, and I'll let her know to just take a look at the comment section whenever she gets the time, so that she would see how many of you have so much outpouring of love. I see GT Rude Girl in the house. Finally. I don't know what is the eyes about, the rolling eyes. I see Marlon Thomas is saying, no new voters list. We are not going to no election. That's my feelings. I'm very, guys, listen. We have a lot that we need to talk about. There's a lot of facts out there that we need to address. When it comes to this is not just saying that you need a new voters, it's just for saying it's sake. There are countless issues that needs to be fixed, remedied at the level of GCOM. When it comes to having a clean voters list, that is a priority. We cannot see ourselves. We should not see ourselves going to another election without a new list. It's going to be chaotic. It's crazy. And you understand right now, and I think it was none other than my colleague Amanza just I think it was Amanza that yesterday made a point. I can't remember too keenly. Nevertheless, the point was that it was the very PPP administration, their representatives, the ones at the very helm of their body that said that they were asking for a clean voters list in 2015 and all of that. Then suddenly they are not seeing the need anymore for this clean voters list. That's a big issue, right? And I have to tell persons, when it comes to house registration and things like that, those things are super, super important. I do note that there are announcements being coming out via the print press from the level of GCOM when it comes to the Senate claims and objections. Let me just use the correct terminology. Claims and objections slated to start. Yes, that's all good and nice and all of those things, but you need to have the list completely cleansed. Let me tell you, it has to be done. There is no way that no Guyanese should be wanting to go to the polls with the list as is. It's a mess. It's a total mess. Yeah, the situation in Guyana makes me sick. I see you there. I see that comment. It's crazy, but we have to make sure that we continue to fight it. At this point, this is when you have to, the international organizations and all the people that are so interested in what's going on here needs to be sounding their voices when it comes to making sure that the whole term and democracy is actually, there's a system in place, and the structures on the ground are at a level that it actually affords us to have a real democratic system. And there is no democracy in going to an election with a list that does not reflect what is actually happening in your country. There's no democracy in actually going to the polls with a list that have persons that are not living here, but persons that are deceased and all of those things. No, that's not how it works. You cannot go to the polls with a list like that and then you say, oh, but it was a democratic process. No, it wasn't. No, it was not. So we have some real issues, and we have to continue to follow it. I see you there, Veronica. Ines that's watching from New Amsterdam, and Nigel Polidor. And Nigel, so glad that you are here this morning to join us and join in the conversation. Susan Washington, I see you there. Good morning to you guys. Share the stream, share, share, share. Let us go down the line of disseminating the credible information so that everyone would have an opportunity to listen in. Everyone would have an opportunity to add their comments. And I have to say, just it's just yesterday actually we myself and Sharon we saw some viewers of the program, and they said, we're always online. We're always viewing the program, and we can't comment because we're at work, and where we work, people can't see us commented. So on that note, I have to say a special shout out this morning to everybody joining us that is joining, even though they cannot comment, even though they cannot let their name pop up there in the comment section, even though you cannot share. Shout out to all of you joining us, just soaking in the information, listen to the conversation. I understand completely the vindictiveness of the administration and how fearful you are to come online to actually share and all of those things. For those of you who don't have that situation, there's no excuse. Make sure that you share the live stream. Make sure that everyone gets the information. I see you there, Ariel. Hector again has no democracy. I agree with you. Democracy is not just a word that you throw around. That's not the way in which it is done. In order for you to truly reflect a democratic system, you have to have the institutions set up to make sure that is something that is an everyday thing. Democracy is not a one-off run. And I'm saying again that if we're going to the polls with a list as bloated as the list that we have right now, then even when it comes to the electoral system, it cannot be deemed a democratic process if that's the list you're going into the elections with. Hey, Gwyneth Anderson, I see you there in the comment section. I said welcome to those who locked in and can't come. Yes. Welcome to those folks, definitely. Sharon Stevens. Guys, when it comes to the electoral system, each and every one of you need to be so informed about what is going on. We're gonna take a lot of time to make sure that we break it down. We're gonna take a lot of time to make sure that we remind persons of what actually transpired at the 2020 elections. Very, very important that you understand. Very, very important that we keep reminding you, and that is our job, to make sure you do not forget, never forget what happened there. I see you there. I know that there's a lot of talk there about what transpired on that show between MP Mike Paul and Fred. Mike Paul, he don't play. He just let him have it as is. Kudos to him for that. Very to the point and direct. I see there Paulette Hawk Kippins. Paulette says is watching with you. I think Paul is just saying that she's not afraid to comment. She is good to go. Yes, I see you there. My dad, okay, so I'm seeing Marlon Thomas there is saying that my dad, mother, father, and husband names are still on the list. That's what we're saying. We're not just making these things up. Thank you so much for sharing that bit of personal information with us, Marlon. Thank you so much. Make sure that everyone understands that this is what is going on. The list is not clean. The list is not sanitized. The list is bloated extensively. And the issue is that we have people that sitting in office that exploits that bloated list and when the vote comes back saying that people who are non-existent are actually their names are actually checked off as having voted. Absolute chaos, confusion. Fraud. That's a better word. That's the correct terminology to put it as. Hey, Carl Fordyce, I see you there joining us this morning also. Lovely of you to join us. Guys, and let us go straight into what is going on, As we look at the morning papers this morning, and we're talking about the elections already, it's absolutely necessary that we continue to have the conversation on the election. And I see there being one of the biggest announcements is the local government polls likely by the end of November. Let us have this conversation this morning when it comes to the local government polls. What is going on with that? Let us start from the position that prior to 2015, Guyanese, a lot of persons, grew up not knowing what local government elections were. It was crazy. And myself, I was among those persons, did not know what local government elections were, because under the PPP administration, we didn't have local government elections. What we have were systems of IMCs. For those of you who are not afraid with the terminology IMCs, is interim management committees. The interim management committees is simply saying that what the PPP administration did prior to 2015 is that they went into the different communities. So, for example, I'm from Bartica. So I'm going to give an example from Bartica because that's my living example. So I can't go wrong there. So what they did is that the PPP never won at region number 7, right? The PPP never won region number 7. So I want to let you know that from the inception. But what they did is that they make sure that they went into the region, that they didn't win, that the people in the region did not actually say that they wanted them to govern them, and they did not want them to manage the affairs of the people of the region. But what they did was they went in there and they selected persons, PPP representatives. They selected those people, handpicked them, and said, we are imposing these people on you. These people are, we are deciding that these people are going to be making the decisions when it comes to what is going on within the region. That is the IMC. They call it interim management committees. Those committees were set up and they were placed in the places of what should have been an elected body, an elected local government body. And that's what you have, the NDCs, that process of the local government election. The NDCs representatives come through that. The councillors that is on the town council come through that process as well. The PPP never wanted that. So let's start from that position. So when we were looking at the announcement and all of that, one of the most important things for us to remember is that these people have no interest in local government elections. They are not interested. And the funny thing is right now is that since they came into office, what they have done is that they have not only not have the local government elections as yet, but even when it comes to the indigenous communities, and I just want to make this very, very clear, even when it comes to the indigenous communities, the PPP as is, since they came into office in 2020, they went into these communities, and even the elected representatives in the indigenous communities, they sought to remove those people and install IMCs even at that level. Make no mistake, that is what is going on throughout the country. That is why they don't even want to have free access to information in the indigenous communities, because they don't want these conversations to be heard by the indigenous people. But that's what they're doing. They are taking away every right from the grassroots level for persons to determine who are the people that represent them. And this is something that we need to understand. So I am acknowledging that I'm seeing the headlines. I'm seeing that they're saying that they're looking for the local government elections before the end of the year and all of that. But I have to see it to believe it, first of all. And again, then we have the major issue of there not being a clean list. And I see the people going all over the place. They're trying their best to see if they can buy the votes, because that's what they're doing. Every single time that you see they go to a community with a bag with envelopes with money, that's what they're doing. They're trying to buy the votes. And I see them intensifying those efforts to try to buy the votes. And because I know they want to see if they can actually go to the local government election. But again, they're not interested. They don't want that. Let us see where this goes. We're going to have all this conversation continuing, but that is the first bit I want to mention. That is in the morning papers. I found it very, very much something that we need to get into the conversation with. Again, oh my goodness, as we continue, the morning papers, it's not Guyana if we don't go into these type of headlines, but let's go into it. Taxi driver Jermaine David shot during castle robbery. Where are we going? The crime rate, where it's going. There since the people came into office in 2020, we have seen a steady increase when it comes to the reporting of crime in this country. That is the fact. It's the absolute fact. Now, I continue to say that we need to do better as a community, but law enforcement need to do better. Law enforcement need to put mechanisms in place in the same way in which they utilize the government's, when they utilize taxpayers' dollars to fund the Ministry of Home Affairs, to fund the Guyana Police Force and all of these different bodies. The same way in which those monies are allocated, yet let those monies be utilized to actually do something, to have real intervention, so that we don't have to be reading about these things all the time. We have a real issue in our country when it comes to, the fact that people are walking around the place with weapons, unregistered weapons and all of those. It's crazy. Crazy. The crime situation in our country is absolutely chaotic. It's ridiculous, and we need to do better. But then all of the talks about even law enforcement officers being involved in so many of these things is even more chaotic, and a lot needs to be done with that. And so, guys, we have to do better as a country when it comes to these things. You have to put pressure on the administration. You have to put pressure on the representative. At no point in time, Rupes and Ben should be walking around with his head held high with all what is going on in the country when it comes to crime. Crime is on the rise. And no matter what level of data that they try to bring out, whatever skewedness they try to put to those data and all of that, no matter what that says, that you are less safe today than you were back prior to 2020. That you felt safer. Be honest about it. That you felt more confident in the system prior to the PPP being in office in 2020. That is just a cold hard truth. Everybody you can argue it as much as you want it, but that's the truth. I see, oh goodness, I see that is it Marcel Daniels there? The PPP government cares less about Guyana's laws, and that is absolutely true. They are following the PPP laws, punish poor people, break all of the labor laws. And that is what it is. That is what it is. I don't even want to start with the labor laws, because that's a whole system altogether. It's absolutely crazy. But again, we're talking about there's a few things that seems to be on a weekly basis. I don't know if we have actually missed out a week when it comes to certain things. Accidents on the roadways. This is one that, it irks my soul. It's to say the very least when it comes to accidents on the roadways. And I have to say again, we have to do better. We have to enforce laws. We have to get to a point in our country that we're actually enforcing laws. There's a lot of laws throughout. You can refer to so many different type of laws and all of that, but enforcing the laws where the issue is, and the corruption in the system that prevents the laws from being enforced is the big problem that we're facing. What is going on in the country right about now is a ripple effect. What you're seeing is that persons in law enforcement, they are watching and they're seeing the people there at the helm of government being corrupt, deceitful. They have the personality, the Machiavellian personality, by any means necessary. The end justify the means and all of those things. They are kleptocrats. And the persons who don't know the meaning of kleptocrats, you just check it up. They are looking, the law enforcement officers, they are there, they're looking, they're seeing what is going on. And by extension, they've decided that they're going to follow suit. If the helm is doing that, the tail don't wag the dog. If that's the way in which, to report it, the head is doing something, and the rest of the body is following suit. So when you talk about all what is going on when it comes to the roadway and the way in which the roadway is being used and all of that, how many persons do you actually know that goes to court and is penalized and face the blunt of the law for misuse of the road? It's crazy. I say all of that because I'm getting to the next headline, guys. I'm getting to the next headline, and it says Lusitnan pedestrian, 53-year-old dies in the accident. We are losing lives, and the administration is yet to put any system in place to make sure that we get it under control. It's not acceptable. It's absolutely crazy. And we cannot continue this. I see Aubrey Lennox is saying the PPP lawlessness. It's true. It's true. At no point in time in a country do you have the government being completely corrupt and other bodies that falls under their mandate not being corrupt. And the fact is, let us be clear on this also, prior to 2020 and the PPP coming back into office, prior to that time, because the helm was not corrupt like that, what happened? Persons had more freedom. There was so much more transparency, good governance within these very bodies. So the bodies have the ability to actually do things the right way, because we have seen it. 2015 to 2020, we have seen it done better. We know what it was prior to 2015, but from 2015 to 2020, we saw better done. So nobody could come and say and make it appear as though the system is in such a chaotic state that this is absolutely difficult to fix. No, if you have representatives at the helm of these bodies that are doing nonsense, if you have representatives at the helm of the country that is corrupt, then we are in a very serious problem. We are witnessing every single day total chaos and confusion. You are witnessing a system, and someone that referred to this, someone absolutely, someone called me. Let me just share this bit with you. And they were saying that at the level of the police force, police are not even motivated or incentivized to actually go out and do their job, because they know that even when it comes to the promotion internally, they don't have faith in that system. And they believe that if you don't walk a certain path and bow to a certain set of people, then you will not, no matter how hard you work, you will not be elevated within that system. So that is the ripple effect that is going on right about now. That is what is being translated when you have a corrupt government. Everything else seems to crumble. The domino effect takes full play, and that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing, guys. But we have to do better. We have to continue to talk about it. We have to continue to share these information and all of that. I see you there, Mr. Heather Rowe here. How are you doing this morning? And this, I think, I'm not sure if I ever called this name before, so that's why I stopped and took a moment there to acknowledge your presence here this morning. So happy that you have joined us. And guys, share. We're about to go into another aspect of our conversation this morning. So make sure you share the stream as we switch the setup just a little bit. You know what goes on here in the morning. As we switch it up, make sure that you are sharing, make sure that you are at the front of the class and you are ready to contribute to the conversation. So do your part, share. As we switch
Morning, guys. Morning, guys. Hope everybody's good today. You're looking bright and beautiful out there. Positive energy and all of those beautiful, wonderful, lovely things. Good to see you folks. Wherever you guys are joining us from around the world, it's a really, really privilege. The real privilege, rather, to say it in better English, better syntax.
The correct way.
Yeah, it's really a privilege to have you guys here with us. And my mechanism doesn't seem to want to comply. It's too late. You got to work today. Folks, again, good morning. Glenford Gordon and Yvonne Ramasar and all of the other folks joining us. Quite a number of issues we're tackling on all fronts. Dolly Anderson, Asana, and Jerry Baskin, Greenwich, who says PPP needs to go. I see that one clearly. Agreed. Donald David from Bardica. I see all the usual suspects, guys. Really good to have you.
You put Donna David in Bartico.
Don David doesn't live in Bardica?
I'm not sure. I know Judith David is there.
Judith, well, same thing. See that? My apologies.
I'm learning.
Donna, if you're not from Bardica, my apologies. I put you in Bardica. Maybe it's time you rediscover. You rediscover Bardica. Good to see you guys. And again, for those of you who are now joining us, I think we just went through to some other pages. Yeah. Welcome, guys. Sheila Boy Child, make the shares look good, make the emojis look nice, and all the other good stuff. Really good to have you folks. Nigel Polydor and Oret Bentic and the usual folks. I see Bridget Campbell is with us this morning. All you lovely folks joining us from all over the world. We're so privileged. You all put international in these programs because you all join us in so many places. You all fast. You all want to know what's happening in the good old 592 and other places. Golly God is here. Well, Golly God, if you know how we could win a lottery or something wrong this side, please let us know. The God part of that got us. Malanda McKenzie. We met Malanda yesterday with her family.
Yes.
Yep. And Guyanese come home, they want to visit, even though they don't really want to come, but they want to come all at the same time. Because home is what it is. Home is home. And it's really, I've got to touch base with Malanda yesterday. Candace is here. Candace, I want that bright, beautiful look Candace had recently wore up. With the sugar shortage and so on, but Candy's a sugar factory all of our own. But again, Malanda and family, thanks for the things. well received, Malanda and all of the other folks. We're covering quite a few things internationally that we think you guys ought to know about. Just a few things. For instance, guys, multiple bombs went off in Thailand overnight. and they're fighting fire and arson on several fronts, about 17 properties. And this is a deliberate, what the authorities there in Thailand are calling a deliberate, coordinated attack. And so they're trying to cope with that there in Thailand. We got a lot of problems, but I'm happy we don't have these problems. I'm happy we don't have these problems, and we don't want to go here at all.
We don't want to be there. That's the thing.
Precisely.
Don't want to be there.
And that's why we got to make sure that we have the right people in the right places.
That's why we keep having these conversations. We keep asking that the administration wake up and don't allow things to take over.
Correct.
You know, that's why we're having these discussions.
Yeah. Wake up, folks. Wake up.
I see Dave Durrell is saying that he's going to be in Guyana for the holidays. So
good, Dave.
When you just drop in, you just let us know.
And you know, like folks have been telling us who come home and who touch base with us. That is one thing to hear and to see from the diaspora. What's happening when you come and you get a sense for yourself. You know how the economy is going, how crime is going. Hold your purse, hold your bag. You know, and you mentioned in the morning papers the gentleman, the taxi driver known as Big Red. You know, was shot multiple times in Stevedore. You know, over what? Over a cell phone. What's that? You know. And so we often say to folks, like we say to folks who live here every day, be careful, be vigilant.
It's not safe.
You don't got safe quarters.
It's not safe.
They said they got a safe space, Lamaha and Cam Street up
there.
There's
no safe
I don't know if you go there and stand up and sleep and throw a tent or what have you. But
there is security there.
Right.
Is there security?
Just have some electric wires. I don't know. High.
It's not
that might be a problem by itself.
Let's be honest. They don't just tell people, and I have an issue with you labeling somewhere as a safe space without putting any safety mechanisms in place. It's not safe. So if you go with in some bit of delusion and I think that you can just go walk in there and show back with your phone in your hand and have a conversation on your phone, you may have to leave without a phone.
Think again.
Because there's absolutely no security mechanism there to protect you. That's the truth. It's not safe.
It is definitely not going to be that simple. And while we're talking about safety and all those other stuff, you know, some of what is happening, for instance, in Russia currently is, of course, a concern because China is sending a lot of troops to Russia for what it calls the Vostok exercise. And it's not only China that's going to be involved here. A lot of other countries are going to be involved in these exercise as well, which, you know, looking a little bit like World War III to me, because don't forget there's a war happening in Russia currently, and when we see some of the other countries, quite a few countries are joining with China in this Vostok exercise. It looked a little suspicious to me. I can't like. I don't want to pretend. It looked a little thingish. It looked a little suspicious, and we cannot discount really and truly that there is a war happening with its neighbors, Ukraine.
I think one of the things that you just said the neighbor Ukraine, and my thoughts went completely off track here. But one of the things that we need to remember when it comes to this is that China has openly supported Russia. In what is going on between Russia and Ukraine. China has openly shown its support behind Russia. And so now you're seeing this exercise.
And a lot of countries, there's some small countries and some perhaps unknown countries too, are joining in these exercises. It looks as though they have their own alliance. They have their own alliance there, and it's happening at a time when Russia is at war with Ukraine. So this is looking a lot like, you know, the beginning of World War III. But, you know, unless certain things are done, you can't, you know, scriptures can be fulfilled. So
these are not extras. These are not. Nobody did. Listen, a country do not expend those level of resources to just have an exercise for having an exercise sake. Now let's just put it over that. But Russia, I mean, it's interesting, you know, China and Russia, you know, being neighbors and all. It's crazy, but it is what it is.
So a lot happening on that front, folks. A lot happening on that front. And as we come closer, folks, in the region, Ralph Gonzalez is giving up the portfolio of Minister of Foreign Affairs, and he's picking up the portfolio of Minister of Tertiary Education. St. Vincent's representing a lot of people because his son was finance minister, his daughter-in-law has a senior function there as well as a family affair, and he holds the prime ministership plus now minister of tertiary education. So it's like 5 people make up this whole government here.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
cabinet is
Yeah.
different. You know, and one of the things that I have an issue with when it comes you
Talk to us.
when you said, you know, when Sherry just said that
You're for life.
apparently they don't have a lot of people there. I have a more serious concern because my concern is like if you were to look at the cabinet composition, you would say, well, they got a lot of women there. But on the contrary, if you were to look at the actual demographic of the country, you see it's very balanced in terms of male and female. Yet they had absolutely no female in cabinet. They had no female in cabinet, and the only female that they got into cabinet is not one that was elected, but one that was appointed. And I think that's the Minister of State, right? So there's a lot of issues going on there, especially when it
A lot
comes
of
to
interesting things to say the least.
representation.
A lot of interesting things to say the least. And locally, folks, locally it's become home. This was quite interesting over the last 24 hours. Alien Sons moving
Well,
from
there's a
Gippsland.
wording for me. The wording of their notice to
because
be.
Alien Sons says that
They're going to a bigger, better location.
a bigger better location, and they said it's because of the policies. Let's start here. The policies of Gippsland. They can no longer comply with the policies of Gippsland, and so they are moving. And Alien Sons has, I mean, I don't want to place an ad for them, but I've picked up a couple of things here. They have
Me too.
a wide
Me
assortment
too. I'm not
of
gonna
things
lie,
there.
you know.
And I mean, they want to cut us a check and help us out. I ain't
Yeah.
saying nay, but they said because of the policies of Gippsland, because of the policies of Gippsland, they can no longer stay here. And then what you said there, right? They're moving to a bigger, better location. I moved a long time ago. Since Mr. Gippsland come out and said he's not opening until we have credible elections, credible results, I said, right? And I moved a long time ago. So Alien Sons now catching up, and they are moving as well.
But it didn't say one of the things. They didn't say what are these policies. Well, we can have a
I like my business. I like my businesses and my politics all in one. You understand me? If you want to be a politician, be a politician. If you want to be a politician, be a politician. And if you want to be in business, be in business. You know, I see a fella said that he's no longer in politics and he retired from politics. He want to focus on business. But he happens on social media and live in politics. I don't understand. If you want to do a business, or if you want to do both. But you have to be willing to accept all the responsibilities that come with that and the challenges that come with that. If you want to be a businessman or want to be in politics, you know, that has its own thing to it as well. Right? So interesting to see what's happening here with Alien Sons. But they said they can't take the policies no more at Gippsland, and they're going to a bigger, better place. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Bigger, better location.
Bigger, better.
That's
bigger, better
that's
location.
a message to give plans, I think, you know.
Bigger, better location.
So wherever they're going, they are seeing their new location as superior.
Yeah, they said they tell you is where they're going to. They make them. They say we're going to movie town. They say we're going to move to a bigger, better location. Because of the policies at Gippsland.
Oh, Naomi Joker.
Wow.
Naomi Joker different.
Wow. So that's happening on that front, folks. Folks, I know you're having your tea and so on. And I mean to upset you. I mean to churn your stomach or anything. I know you're having a little toast or you know Dryden, you know, Richard made a powerful what was that? Lemonade recently. Swank. Right? All I was missing from the swank was a nice wet cook up with piece of fried fish, piece of a little fried plantain, a little salad, and so that was all I was missing from this one. That was all. I know
you're not Guyanese if you don't make swank, if you don't drink swank.
You know, I know y'all having a little thing and so on.
I do my own thing. Sometimes I add ginger and
I mean to upset you. You might need a little ginger or something, but bam! Local government polls. I heard Rachel making a foray into this.
Yeah, because
local government polls likely is not guaranteed. Likely, you understand me? Likely by the end of November. Y'all know anybody they got some? Why is more coming up? Y'all know anybody got good makeup artists in this country? You got good makeup people, like we do your brows good and your lashes and so on. I want to give my wife a good a good thing out. A good thing out.
A good thing out.
Yeah.
What is the thing
Right?
out?
Like I want when she
dash
take
out,
a photograph, she look a little witchy and so on, you know? One put out nice for her birthday, you know? But that being said, folks, look, rubbing pose likely by the end of November. Right? The end of November.
Yep. And well, you know what I had to say about that?
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I had to say about the
A lot,
polls being
a lot.
at the end of November,
A lot.
because I basically was I have my own bit of skepticism about them having the polls in the first place. I have my own bit of skepticism about them.
Yeah.
Actually,
I don't think it's gonna happen. I won't be surprised by it. But
tell me, you know,
I won't be surprised by it.
Wake me up when it happens.
I want to be surprised by it.
Yeah.
Right? Because that look like it's going no place.
But then they very well go
Right?
to the polls by themselves.
Yeah,
You know, if they don't start to shape up.
Yep. So while that's happening on that front, and that comment was on the sidelines of what was a larger event that was happening yesterday. You know, unfortunately, Bibi Shadi passed over the weekend.
Yes.
Was interred as well, and picking up the slack as GCOM and as commissioner is Clement Rohi. Clement is back. Clement, I mean, it's two things I gave you for the morning. I hope you're bracing yourself to take this one out in your chest like a bell. You know, Clement is back. Out of the political wilderness and obscurity, he was under rock too, and he seemed to have brought the honorable lady out from under her rock as well. And he just landed back, and here he, man, he coming to bring professionalism back to GCOM.
There's not even the man,
right? He also said that GCOM needs to reflect what Guyana looks like.
That one had me for a little bit.
He's the only GCOM you're looking at. You look at no place else.
That one had me. That one had me.
GCOM needs to reflect what Guyana looks like. I mean, like, what is that? Well, I don't know. You brighter than me, so.
Well, right? Listen. When people say things like, when people say things like this, the first question you have is like, through whose eyes?
Yeah.
Is he looking at Guyana?
Yeah.
You know, through whose eyes? Is he looking at? Because
he just come out of political wilderness. He just come out. Right? Makes absolutely no sense and will never make sense because that's just who Clement is. But he suddenly feels that, you know, GCOM needs to reflect what Guyana looks like. I mean, corrupt is that we're talking about. It needs to be, you know, partisan. It needs to be, I mean, like, Candy said it best. Old scraps.
Old scraps.
Old scraps. You know? Old scraps.
What does it look like? What does it
Clement, like he was just pregnant with truth. You know? He was yesterday fighting for relevance, relegated to, I almost want to say relegated to a letter writer, but that was his function. But he has written about 7,000 letters, you know, in the last 5 years. So they say, okay, you've done enough now. Come out the pen and come and warm this chair here for me.
Goodness.
Right?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yep. So that was happening on that front. And of course, you know, we're dealing with the ubiquitous Bascom allegations. You just stepping off a second, she's gonna mute. Stepping off a second, and as I you know deal with this, the Bascom folks, it can happen, you know, right? The thing that wrong with neck, wrong with throat, like hard times. It's resting with collarbone, it's with cheekbone, right? It just there. It's moving away. The Bascom allegations, and what riveting allegations they have been. That senior police force members, senior officers in the Ghana police force were part of covering up, obfuscating, stalling the investigations into who the real masterminds and intellectual authors, those are the allegations. The intellectual authors of the Ricardo Fagundes murder, that gunning down on Main Street. Bombshell allegations. Who take bribe? And so the allegations have been rich. The allegations have been rich. Folks, we got a couple kids in the studio this morning and they're making my life easy here. They make my life easy. So this is where we are currently. And it's what we got to deal with. The Bascom allegations, well, a lot of people run out now. Marlon Thomas knows what she's talking about. A lot of people run out. Gwyneth Anderson, Penelope Howard, right? A lot of people run out, decrease on this one because, this is some of what we're covering, folks. Some of what we're covering. Guyana is the greatest country on earth. The greatest country on earth, folks. Days ago, you'll see some people resign in shame, proceed and leave to allow a full and impartial investigation. Not here. Not here. Them boys ankle down and more strong. Not here. Right? Well, the investigations haven't even started. Right? You even pick a side, you even pick a team. The top cop, Clifton Hickens, acting commissioner of police, he ran out. The allegations are wholly unfounded. This is when we become judge, jury, and executioner. Right? Judge, jury, and executioner. Judge, jury, and executioner. Right? Wholly unfounded because he has done an investigation. Right? An impartial tribunal, a commissioner of inquiry. You see why Bascom needs protection? Bascom said he's ready to testify. The top cop said, no, that's not necessary. Wholly unfounded. So Bascom make up all these things. Probably print out these things that he showed from his phones and so on. His phone. Print out those things. Wholly unfounded. Judge, jury, and executioner. Folks.
I think that was a severely bad move from Hickens, and he was doing better by not saying anything on the matter. In saying anything on this matter, this particular matter. This is not a simple matter to say. It's a very I think what we refer to as high profile case, and by no means should anybody be making statements, especially when you are when you are sitting in that seat, you holding a portfolio. That is not something that you should have come out and say. But I like the letter that we saw from, what's his name again? We have so many persons. Stay in your lane. That's what I always say. Let politicians do political things, and you stay in your lane when it comes to certain things. When matters that require investigations, let the investigation conclude what the findings are. Let the court of law decide who is correct and who isn't. Let the court of law decide what is unfounded or not. Right? This is not any of our place. It's not my place. It's not your place. And it's definitely not his place to say to give any bit of comments on that. We are in. It's a very serious time. It's a very serious case. Let it go. And I said this before. It's a lot of allegations that were made. And a lot of people coming out also saying that that's not true. So it has to go before the court. And I know Guyanese will be locked in. When it comes to something, it has to go before the court
or an impartial tribunal.
Or that's the one.
Right now,
I'm sure it's absolutely correct. An impartial tribunal. That's how it has to be done. We don't want any individual giving comment. You don't want to put yourself in that mix. Right. You don't sit in that seat and put yourself in that mix.
Right. And right now, talking about impartial tribunal. Right now, Mr. Hickens is before the court as an aside because. Those of us who feel that Mr. Hickens was appointed to act illegally. He was appointed to act illegally. The Chief Justice didn't feel the same way. And now this case goes to appeal. This is concerning the appointment of the very Commissioner of Police. Right? The very Commissioner of Police. And now he's pronouncing on, the veracity of statements and all that. And I don't think they understand how this police force is viewed in this society, I don't think they understand the low level of trust, if any, and there's absolutely nothing Mr. Hickens can say to dissuade people what they heard. And all of it's been happening because this just builds on everything else has been happening in the Ghana police force. And what you didn't know for certain, and they were just conjecture about, right? Now the thing is right there staring you in the face.
It's not just about him saying something. It's what he said, The only thing that everyone, I think everyone, the country expected and was looking for is for him to say this investigation will be done, it will be thorough, it will be this, it will be that. Because
They
that's
cannot
that
allow that
portfolio.
investigation to go
But
forward.
that's his
They
portfolio.
cannot,
That's
because
the
he will
only
not.
thing that
He will
should
never
say.
be confirmed as commissioner of police. If Bascom is allowed to go on a witness stand, and then they got to now fight back some of the things that will come out on a witness stand, right? And it's not Bascom alone. Other people are going to be called, right? You think they want that? So your best defense is to just nullify the whole thing.
Yeah, but I don't know at what point.
I didn't hear.
I don't know at what point, like, who is advising these people? That I question that from time to time. Who's advising them on what to say and what not to say? Because when it comes to justice, when it comes to people in the top cop, for example, I mean, this is these conversations, you have to have it. When it comes to the top cop, who's advising the top cop what to go out and see?
Nobody sensible clearly.
You know, who's advising him what to
Nobody sensible clearly is advising him what to say. Nobody.
The only thing that persons expect.
He just inserted himself. He said, "I ain't nothing to do. It's Wednesday. Let me jump in."
Thorough investigation into this matter. You know, it's serious allegation. We consider the allegations extremely serious, and there should be a thorough investigation into this matter. And I will see to it that investigation is done in an impartial manner. And those are the sentiments that the people are looking forward to hear.
You know, these I can batch for Mitchell Caesar.
But that's how it sounds.
I can batch for Mitchell Caesar. I can batch for Asruddin Mohammed. I can batch for the people who are being suspected of having a role to play in the cover-up or whatever the allegation. I can batch for Richmond,
you know, and impartial union and all of that, like Sharon is saying, that's the way in which it should go.
Yep.
Right, and then at the end of it, persons are whomever needs to be vindicated will be vindicated. But what's happening right now is that you're seeing persons flexing their muscles. That's how I'm seeing it. You know. Trying to strong arm the process, you know.
You try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but the mind of the people of Guyana and some individuals seem to be spot on. You know, when you see people say, "I want them," you know, the nasty. You say, "Man, look, man, give them a little chance, man. Don't judge a man's whole life by one moment in time." But people seem to have a good sense. Who some of these people are seem to have a good sense. You know, and I see this Jurassic Freddie Kissoon talking about me. The amount of things you could write and talk about when Ganesh was wailing into him. You know, he was talking about me on a program with Ganesh. How who buys my suits?
What's wrong with your suits?
Who paying for me to be on these programs? The people out there who watching us right now.
He didn't know. He every day he asks a donation.
Rich black businessmen. Why can't be rich Indian business people who don't like what's happening in this country?
Well, he said
yes. Rich black businessmen.
I'm sorry, but I didn't see this as yet, so this is all new to me.
Rich black businessmen paying for my program and all kinds of madness.
Well, let me give him the news flash.
You know, if they're rich black businessmen or rich black businessmen or rich black Indian men who want to fund us, we ain't got no problem.
Did you just say rich black Indian men?
Same thing. See, I will mix up in this country. Rich Indian men, rich black businessmen. If y'all want to fund us, y'all believe there's some truth and value to what we do, you know, go right ahead. Right? This thing don't run no water. And Ganesh made the point also.
He added, let's not just go past what he said. No, by just saying that.
Who buys my suits? I'm a member of the National Assembly.
My goodness. Because that's what they want. You see, they want this image. You ever hear him going out there and ask who buys somebody's suit from?
No, but Freddie has chronicled over time. If you read, I don't read him now. I read him a lot in the earlys. You know, the businessmen who he get things from. You know, a computer, a this, a that, you know, all kinds of stuff. Built his whole life, it seems, on the patronage of people. And if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. Right? But we come out here from day one. When I started what we do here now, I funded it out of my pocket, and I was very honest with you guys. I said, I can't carry it anymore. It's become bigger than the funds I have. And that's why we reached out to you guys to help us to do it. Or else I've been poor house trying to do this. I've been poor, and that's we say to you folks, that is why we say the things we say, because nobody fund us. But he has taken a certain slant because he didn't get things from the last government. He wanted preferential treatment. He didn't get that. And so the same people, right, who he had fought against, he has found a cushy home. But then now, he could have gone and done, create a Facebook page and do a live from it. Where does he do his live programs from? The same people as Ganesh Maipal says has flung fecal matter, you know, in his face. But he didn't get a work at NIS. And he didn't get to work someplace, right? But I don't know, they may be giving somebody for him a PhD or something now. So you fall in line, right? And he got to answer the question that Ganesh asked. Who paying for he to be over there? And to be cozy, you could have, you know, the sky falling. He going back to SOPs like Mark, right? He going back to he going back to 2020, right? And who do rig and who didn't rig and all kinds of foolishness. Nothing that he says makes any sense. And fighting like Clement Rohi for relevance right now. And that's why he is where he is. If he'd go and cushy and nice, you see, they see that what they're doing is failing them. Nobody's reading him. They must be looking at the readership and all, how much paper selling and all that. No offense to Mr. Lal. That's what they're talking about. And he must be part of why the paper is being pulled down. Because nobody is reading him. And I'm not buying anything that's supporting him. Right? And so he come out now and trying to get a second lease in life, like the goat man, and come out now, you know, suddenly as a social media commentator, the same people who he ridiculed just the other day. And now he has become that very thing. It's quite a conundrum. But again, the larger point is that you won't see him talking about Bascom. Right?
No article?
Not one line is dedicated to things like Bascom, Sugate. No. He's seen none of that.
And that's where it's credible.
Right? He worried about if Aubrey Norton is a street man and is electable. What I got to do with you? You know? And, you know, again, we say this. If you want to support the PPP, at least have the testicular fortitude, have the balls and the backbone to do it.
Yeah.
And don't come dancing through the raindrop. Oh, you don't support any political. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. When you go in the polling booth and you put an X next to a political party, that is who you're supporting, and you've done that. And when you people, you know, look at the sum total of what you do and what you say, they know who you're supporting. Guyanese people aren't stupid. Give us a break. Guyanese people are not stupid. And they know you have gone to the PPP. Freddie's PPP. And if that is what you want to do, fair enough. There are lots of people who support the PPP, who are decent, honest people. And you guarantee that by the Constitution. You guarantee that you don't get big work, right? People don't build your house for you and all of that. And now you're vexed. And he's bitter. And that is why he has taken the posture. He has taken, everything comes back to him. He's a selfish, bitter geriatric. Right? Because he didn't get to reinstate at UG. Because he didn't get a big work someplace. It's either his ideas or his no ideas. He got all the sense to move this country forward. He won this election for the coalition.
What?
Jesus Lord.
Who said that?
Folks, let's go on to the rest of the book.
No, who said that? Who said that?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Yeah, he elected this government. And it's because of his advocacy against the government, we lost power.
Because of his advocacy?
Yeah, against the government. Pointing out.
Well, that says it all. That says
Give us a break.
That says where his mind is.
Give us a break.
We have some real issues. We have people walking around this country.
You got the kind of authority should president yourself. Right? You think you're relevant, launch a political party then. Launch a political party if you think you're so relevant and you're so big. Right? At 70 something, stop being king, make him be king yourself.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Freddie always goes out there and he speaks about the AFC. The AFC is his lease on life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He's trying to write the eulogy for that party.
No, but it's like
for 5 years now.
Right. Launch your own political party. You know? You're so great. You're so
great. You know everything it needs to
launch
succeed.
Launch a political party. Launch it.
Right?
Launch, see how that
Disrespectful. You could say all kinds of disparaging thing about the leader we had in Mr. David Granger, because you didn't get a big what? He didn't entertain you. That's how some of y'all feel entitled. Entitled. Right? Entitled. That's the problem. Right? You run 2 morning on a stage top and you believe you're entitled. That's the problem we got. And when you can't get what you want on one side, you jump over political grasshoppers, and that is what you want to do. Kudos to you. But don't come around with funny like you got some moral compass and moral rectitude to lecture people and you in people's pockets. You want a laptop, you run by somebody. You want to zinc sheet, you run by somebody. You want a nail, you run by somebody. Right? And so you can call out people who you're supposed to call out. Right? Nobody don't fund me for sell nothing and for do nothing. I am my own man. And that's why I depend on Sherry Duncan page broadcasting. Me never nobody else page broadcasting. I have my own page and we send through the feed to some other people who want it. Right? And people know when we out here building this thing from zero, a camera in my hand years ago starting what we do now. And everything that we have in this space is what you, the people out there, send $5. You know, people are laughing at us.
Yeah.
Right? We did not have the things in the background we had when we started this program. Actually, one morning, I had the idea. I said, you know, we got to start this thing. We have the space and we're going to start it. And little by little, as you donated, as you sent, we built piece by piece. And we're still building. It's not the finished thing yet. Piece by piece.
There's something about it. Let me tell you something. It's easy, right? It's easy for him, and I think, and let us not just dismiss what he is as just delusional. Sometimes it's very, very planned and structured what they say and the impression they're trying to give to people.
Yeah.
Right? Because the strength, and let us not mistake it, there is a tremendous strength in the way in which these programs go, being funded by the people, the ordinary people. You know how many retired people that is wait until they get pension and so, and send over a little $5 here and there, and it adds up. But it would be easier for them to give the impression that, oh, it got 2-3 businessmen at the top of it funding it, but no, right? And let us disabuse them of that idea, because the power and the strength in the programs is that it's been funded by the people, and it shows the message is being effective.
Every month we have to come here and ask you guys for funding. We have to raise that money to do these programs. And if we tell you all how much it takes to do what we do here, it would shock you. How much it takes. But we out here, we young and we bright. We ambitious, fresh legs, right? And Freddie jealous of that, right? Look at money. Hundreds of people watching us in the morning, and they ask themselves, what did Sherry Duncan do to deserve that? What did Jarita Fernandez do to deserve that? In the evening, thousands of you join us, and he wants to know, how come you out here for 70 years, right? And if he started live now, you won't get 7 people watching him. Right? It's jealous, they're jealous. But you have to go there, you got to work hard. And if we say things and people are attracted to our politics, right? And you vex because of that, flap you. We ain't got no apologies. I will fight y'all anywhere. Folks, I believe in my bones that the Almighty has created me for this time. I will fight any of you for the nonsense you're talking. You want to talk about who is poor leadership and all of that. What have you done? Right? You call a protest for years, Freddie calling protest, and couldn't get 15 people outside. What nonsense you talking? And you know who is poor leadership? David Granger came and galvanized our opposition.
And he influenced who went for the government and who didn't.
Galvanized an election and won it convincingly. He didn't do everything right. Nobody does everything right in the course of leadership. The span and the time it takes to build. He didn't do everything right. But let me give Jackie. He came and he galvanized an opposition and took us into government. And Freddie was on the scene before Granger for years and could attract 20 people to flipping protests. I'll let you know, and I'll bright and philosophical. Right? And you know every theory out there, how to govern all that. You couldn't attract 25 people to flipping protests if you like dependent on it. And he depended on it many times. And you want to come out here and lecture us about politics? Politics about numbers. What numbers you attracting? Yes, you holding protests and couldn't attract anybody. Right? And has given up.
I didn't even know Freddie had a protest.
Right? Now you're on social media commentating and lecturing people. I'm ready to fight y'all. Right? I'm young and I got the energy to fight y'all.
Why does you suit bothering Freddie?
Yeah. And them now wearing suit and jacket and tie in the evenings.
Oh, they started to wear suit.
You understand me? We decided what we wanted to do, how we going to comport ourselves. We will never appear without a jacket. At minimum. Because we're talking to you, the Guyanese people, and we respect you all. They were showing up anyhow to social media. And we said we're going to comport ourselves differently, befitting the office we want and that we hold. Because we're not running for anything, we're already elected. You think anybody said, come and run for host of FYI, come and run for host of In the Ring? You have to build it from scratch. And we've done that. What has Freddie ever built in his life? Huh? Besides bitterness. What have you ever done? Give us a break. Give us a break. We've all contributed to the struggle. You want to say, oh, I did more than you, my Paul. What gives you the right to say that? You have done more than my Paul. Because you get locked up 1 and 2 times.
Freddie ever went to the polls? Like his name was
never on a ballot. Never in his life on a ballot.
Well, he has
so much clout.
But he has no. Therefore, he has no authority to speak to anyone.
Give us a break.
You know about who has done more than who. You know.
Give us. Ganesh is exceptionally well in that program, and even with that, I think Ganesh took a little light on him. Some of the nonsense you want to talk. Whole pack of nonsense. I'm ready for y'all though.
You ready for them?
Ready for them. That being said, Mr. Norton, leader of the opposition, believes that the police force is compromised. Believes that the police force is compromised.
Oh well.
Right? And he wants an independent, impartial investigation.
And this is what
Now he can think everything nice though.
Well, that's what I was just going to. This is what not saying that Norton is saying he believes the police was compromised, and we get that because in the court of public opinion, and this is very major, when you talk about governance altogether, when you come to the court of public opinion, is basically you're saying that when the information as is presented to the people, you know, for the common man on the street, what is the interpretation that they're getting? In the court of public opinion, that is the impression that people have, that it is compromised. Right, so the absolute least we expect is for an impartial investigation to be done into this matter, because the people deserve that. This is not about the players within. This is about Guyanese on a whole, and Guyanese deserve the truth. Guyanese deserve, you, the people out there, deserve a police force that is not compromised.
Yes.
You deserve a police force that you are free to go and lodge a report, free of fear, free from fear, however you put it over. You should have that confidence to go and make a report and know that the course of law will be followed through. The justice system will work for you. And as is right now, I don't feel confident that the justice system would work for me. And that is a problem. And that is what has to be addressed. It's just not, this is just one matter. I mean, this is very big, damning allegations and all of that. But it's just one matter. It's a microcosm of what is going on at a larger level. And that is the problem. And I support Mr. Norton in what he's saying here.
Yeah. Impartial.
And Freddie needs to talk about
compromise. That. No, you won't find in his column. He blinded by that.
I didn't talk about that.
Blinded by that. Now you got back to SOPs. You want to know SOPs then. Rigging of election, just during execution, just like the COP,
read something or
right?
Something. I don't
just
know.
Like that, I thought, and the Chief Justice said rigging has to be determined in the court, but everybody's in the court fighting. I know what I heard the fella said. When Anand reads and interprets.
The quote that Sharon got done the war suit this
morning. If I tell you something. You don't know.
I know. I know.
You don't know, right? The jacket I have on here, I bought this jacket here. There's an alternate between this dark blue and the black. I bought this jacket when I was entering Parliament 2 years ago, and I wear this jacket every single day. And to hear that fella say down there, say rich black business, I'm not saying stay away. You understand me? Everything Joyce is closer to the operation now. She understands. It's spent back on the programs. You know? Because if I wear this jacket every day, we might get a bowl at the back or something. If I change a jacket every day, I've worn the same jacket for 2 years. It's this and the black. And the black one I got before that. Right? And it's alternates between the black and the blue for 2 years.
You're wearing it good, man. That's right.
You understand me?
The jealousy. It's not the suit. Listen to me. It's not a suit. Let's be honest.
But that is how people now.
I don't want to put this over.
I could go and say.
I don't want to put this
like
over. It's a lot of
slander liable.
But there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people, and I've noted this. There's a lot of people because I've experienced it myself. There's a lot of people.
The jealousy
that look at us. And I don't know if it's because of our youthful vigor.
Yes.
I don't know if it's
jealousy because we're young.
Of that energy. I think every time I put a smile on my face, some people
vexes him.
I don't
vexes him. Like,
you know why? Yeah. Why is it?
At 85, Freddie watching the curtains, you know, draw a thing. I can get there too.
How old is he?
I can get there too. I just hope that when I get there, I'm bitter.
How old is he?
Huh?
I want to know.
Freddie's not 85. I don't know. He operates that way. The level of bitterness in the back of your life. The level of bitterness, you know. Freddie writing the book since he was 17. I just spent some time doing that.
All right, so I love my research team. So according to Google, it says here that he's 70 years old. Yeah, December 30th, 1951. I don't know if Wikipedia is to be referenced in any confidence, but that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But at 70, just let us assume that information is correct. At 70, why are you going out there using your energy to worry about who is fun and who gets and what suit somebody is wearing? At 70, how is that?
I'm half his age, and is he want to fight me?
That's what I'm saying. Come on. when he was
35 years in you, put him up.
Halfway, I reached the halfway mark proper. And come on.
I didn't even make my time yet.
My Paul is less than half his age, and he feels that that's the war that he should pick.
Yeah, that's the war he wants.
He feels that it should be a competition of who have done more than who. Yeah. You are more than double his age. Yeah. For God's sake.
I do more than you, my Paul.
You should have done something better.
I do more than you.
But you haven't. That's
I want to put your name on a ballot and start something. Start a party and let me see the profound love Guyanese got for you.
Listen.
You win election.
What was he doing? Like half, like a tour to five. What was he doing at tour to five?
I've never heard Freddie on a platform. You win election for people. He may have spoken on a lot of platforms and not his people. I've never heard him on a platform. You win election for people.
I'm sorry.
How many of y'all remember some brilliant speech Freddie gave on some political platform? Right? And some ideas that you look at and see things and say, this is Freddie here. You know? Let's collect your pension. Be quiet.
70 boy. I don't want the 70 bit. I'm sorry. You know, 70 bit.
I ready to fight them. I want to do that.
That is disadvantage. You have to respect the elders.
Fight them.
You can't do that.
The spirit of the Lord is upon me because He has anointed me to preach the good tidings to the Guyanese people.
Typical example of when you put a smile on your face, right? How it affects some people. It irks
I discriminate his age for being so silly. At his age,
it irks his soul.
No, the person attacking us isn't discriminating against us. You know? Freddie said something about the nonsense that I talk about. I'm happy that hundreds in the morning join us to hear.
Like he's one of the
and thousands in the evening. And he listens very keenly. Right? Think he's now trying to follow pattern. He on a live too. Happy to believe it.
Don't worry, he's going to start doing some shout outs pretty soon. Where you going to do
Yeah.
We lead, let follow.
Yeah. You like things. Things are done runway. See the man cutting the guava. You know he's supposed to have fruits at 9 o'clock in the night at the age of cutting the guava, making sure he bowel movement. Folks, I get energy for y'all. I want y'all know that. I get energy for y'all. Right? Me want nothing else, that's why I tell you, I'm mean interested in who want vice chair, who want lead the opposition. I want to fight them. That's what I want to do. Show them any war. There's somebody the hottest part in the battle. That's what I want there.
Oh my God.
Roll up my sleeve, my pants, foot, take off my socks. I fight y'all. Hold me shot somebody. Fight y'all with shot, without shot. I want to fight them. That's what I want to do. Right? Fight them. from a prison cell, from a detention center, we'll fight you.
Hey, both page don't get wild good.
One both page though. But both page there though.
Set something wild, like the wild bull kind of. Guys, that's your time. Let's not
That's your time.
Take up any more of your time.
Yeah. You see the rich person, people who pay for this program say we have to lock up at night. The rich black business people. Right? But those people listening, folks, partner with us. Partner with us. We got Cash App. It's fairly much even knows the Cash App. We got Zelle, of course, Freddie now. You got Zelle, you got PayPal. I just lose Freddie. Out the generation. PayPal, Zelle, Cash App. We got MMG. I'm now moving to Hewell now. Not even MMG, sorry. MoneyGram, Western Union.
MoneyGram.
Right? We got MMG too. Right? Right? Two weeks ago, Freddie didn't even know what's Facebook.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't even have a Facebook account. No, you on Facebook. You want to fight me? Freddie got 35 years of my life to fight you, to get to where you are. How much time you got? Fight me? Please. Please. That's your time.
That's our time.
That's
just in case you were wondering.
That's your time.
Pace and Powell can do it in the rain.
We will finish your right tonight.
You're not done
in the rain.
You know, tonight, John Shardon could 8 p.m. You know, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah. So, I love the amount of time he called my name during that program. Good advertising. And when you're in front, you're in front. Right? Respect and manners. So, Freddie, you should be expecting a ball moving anytime now. Lock off on your meds and so on and head to work. Right in some more filth. Later down.
I'm done with this.